Hi everybody, Janine Edwards here, your favorite unique presenter. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Happy quarantine day number 1. But I guess maybe it was like Friday. I don't know. But, it's going to start now. So you see this red live box. I am live. Make sure you say hello. Let me know how you're doing today. So I spray on my face first. Very important. I see a lot of brides on my timeline. And I know some people hire out to do their makeup. And then, maybe that should be like my series for the month. Anyway, so some people hire to do their makeup. And then some people do it on their own. If you're doing it on your own, a great tip is to layer. In terms of when you wake up, cleanse your face first. Let it air dry. Then go in with any serums that you have. Whether it be like, for me, I like under eye serums and things. And then primer. Then your moisturizer. So what you want to do is, you want to look at your serums. Especially if you're mixing and matching. If you are mixing and matching, like I like Younique skincare line. Because it tells you exactly when to do it step by step. So I think that's easier because they tell you, like, listen, use this in this order for best results. Now, whether you listen to them or not, totally different. But for best results, because everything has their own chemical makeup. And if you're mixing them, which I used to do, you're not letting each one do their job. So add in your serums, then do your moisturizer. Now you have a fresh face, but again, you want to wait in between each step so that your face does each thing on its own. Then you're going to go in, and then that's where we're at right now, is we're on the primer step. Lord. All this stuff going on. We have a softball team, and we're trying to make sure, like, do we have a team? Do we have, like, what are we doing? So you might hear a lot of alerts here, is what I'm telling you. Okay, so what I like to do with my primer is make sure it's a thin layer. The thicker you have it, the more that your foundation tends to look oily. If you have super dry skin, then you're probably like, no, I like it like that. That's okay. Now I'm going to go in with the liquid foundation. I don't really use this that often, and I know it's because of the spray foundation is so easy. So easy. And the stick foundation is so easy. This is easy too. This is just a medium coverage. So my girls who are like, full coverage is not me. I don't like the look of makeup. I want a little bit to help, want that, but I don't want all that makeup. Liquid foundation is going to be for you. This is a powder concealer brush. I'm going to use 3 dots. So shake it up first, warm it up. Again, your makeup is sitting since the last time you used it. 3 dots. So it might not be, all the good qualities might be at the bottom, which you're not going to get. So I dab it all over. The reason being so I get equal portions on my whole face. Look at that. Okay, so here we go. And then now we're just going to blend it in. This is also the shade Khaki. So what I recommend is whatever liquid foundation shade you have, if you've already purchased from me, go with that in the spray foundation. For the stick, you can do the same shade or a shade lighter because they are a hair dark, but summer's coming. So I say get your regular shade. It'll be a hair dark. You'll be good to go for the summer. And this also comes in my subscription. So I'm just wondering, like, our gym was supposed to be open. I work at a cheer gym. We're supposed to be open. We're scheduled to be open. But they are going to do a conference call every day, they said, to, like, figure out, like, okay, this is getting serious. We got, too many confirmed cases coming too close. And we're going to do a day-by-day basis. What is your work plan? I know a lot of people have been quarantined to the house already. I'm just blending that in. Now, for me, the liquid foundation, I do blend in a little bit better. Like I said, it's a medium coverage, so it's going to dissipate any scarring that you have, but it's not going to be full. But I like it. It looks like skin. Still keeps you on that nice, equal, natural look. Look at that. And like you could use the Kabuki brush, which is a firmer, but I like this powder concealer brush because it just gets in there and does its job. I'm just using the smaller end to make sure I get into those creases, because those eye folds are a killer. Hey Pamela, how are you? How are you on this amazing Monday? We're going to do these brows. So take your spoolie brush. This is a spoolie brush. I know when I used to do makeup, I never knew what this brush was, so I threw it away. Because I'm like, what is that thing? I thought it was a mascara wand. And then, luckily, Younique gives us free training on stuff. Like, that's why, again, one of my things where I was really loving it was because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just slapping stuff on. And it teaches you, you know, just different tips and tricks on makeup. I like that sort of stuff. It's not, you know, everyday common knowledge, but I like it. So that's why I kept going, is because I was like, oh, this is cool. I'm like, oh, that's why my eyeshadow never showed up. That's why my face melted off. So this is the Brow Artist Brush with the Brow Obsession palette. So we're going to go in. I put some wax on my, good. So how is your work? Are you still working, or are you on quarantine? On this quarantine, I'm going to wash my makeup brushes. Hey, Jen, how are you? Good morning, good morning. Is the shop still open? So going right underneath the brow. Boom. It's like so hard. Already in my hometown, Illinois, they have shut down the restaurants for like dine-in. I'm assuming like the bigger ones. But you can get it to go, so people can still luckily work. Yeah, like that's the hard part, is like, what do you do? But see, the good part is y'all don't have that many people coming in. Like, they're more or less dropping and going. Okay, so we got those on. So that's probably better for y'all, is like, we don't really see that many people. When we do, we only see them for a little bit, and we kick them out. So now I'm taking that lighter and I'm filling in the edges. And what are y'all's 2 cents on the virus? Like, I mean, it's getting serious. I do see that. It's just making me nervous. Like, I was good until, like, a lot of these places start closing, and it's like, okay, Janine, that's, again, the benefit of having an online business. I wouldn't say it doesn't affect me, but it's easier. Our place isn't shutting down. If it does, it will be amazing. What do you do, Pamela? Yes, I know they are. Like, that's the bad part, is, again, people are scared. So, like, the grocery business and those, like, people who invented, you know, chips and stuff, they're going to be good. But, yeah, anyone who has a regular business, you know, it's gonna hurt. That's my next thing, is what I'm afraid of, is, like, okay, we get over this. Everyone, you know, those who got affected by the actual illness, we all go back to life as normal. But those people who had businesses maybe that couldn't withhold the slowdown, those are the people I'm worried about. This is wax we're just coating and sealing. Yeah, it's like, you know, do you get to that point where you're looking for extra stuff, Or what do you do? I know in the cheer industry, everyone's like really up in arms on what to do. Some people are mad at the gyms that chose to stay open. Some people, just don't know what to do. Yeah, like, okay, for instance, ours. We've told our customers, we will do a 24-hour case by case on the day. As long as we have no confirmed cases close and we can keep the building sanitized, we are open. We're just cleaning these up. This is velour concealer. This does come in my subscription. I work in the hospital. I'm an instrument professor tech. Oh, wow. We are doing, okay. Yeah, you're not closing. Yeah. But see, like, that's the good and the bad part about it. You always will have a job. You always will have a job. You will always have something. You're always in that paycheck field. So, again, a good with the bad, but that's actually, I say good. Just going in and taking some of that. But yeah, we're going on a 24-hour thing. Okay, we have the money to sanitize the gym, to keep everything good. We are closing all like ball pits and stuff that kind of could be collected or maybe is harder to sanitize. We're going to close all that. Work is slow, but we have so much work to catch up on. Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, no, I didn't even think about that, too. Good. See, that's what I'm saying, Pamela. You way to think about it in the positive. I almost took out that brow. That's a way to look at it. You know, catch-up game will be great. But, yeah, so we're trying to do like that. But see, some places, so right now, because Disney World is closed, we had a competition. It's called Worlds. Cheerleading is not an Olympic sport. It's not like common knowledge. Don't think you're like, oh, I didn't know that. It's not an Olympic sport. I say yet, but at the same time, I don't think we'll ever be. And it's not because of what we do or the actual sport itself. I think it's those people who run the almighty dollars, and they know if they give it to the Olympics, they get $0 in it. $0. They will lose so much money. The cheerleading brand will lose so much money because the Olympics takes that money. Like, they will no longer be a part. Yes, indeed. The only thing I'm having trouble with. Oh, yeah. You don't, well, see, here goes, again, we can go again on the positive. Here goes the good part about that. Because the teenagers are out too, there's not like a senior who, you know, maybe is looking for a little bit of change. Because, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's the truth. We know this. You know, when you hire an adult, you have to pay them more. Just because it's their time, it's their experience, you got to pay them a little bit more. But when you hire a teenager, you can pay a little bit less in terms of like, okay, we're going to give you $40 for the day and, you know, freedom reign of the refrigerator. And I will be back at 5. You could do that. An adult, we're going to be like, huh? But, you know, like a little teenager, because now they're not in school either. And maybe they can help with the homework and stuff. Or you can get like a good one in terms of, oh yeah, you know, little Sally's going to watch my daughter. But in all reality, she's with her mom. She's, you know, the mom's going to check behind. Okay, so we're going to use a little bit of that velour, but a little bit of that satin, because I don't like to use too light of concealer under my eyes, because then it makes me look old. But yeah, so paid $10 an hour for babysitting over the summer. I don't think that's terrible. Like, especially it depends. But see, well, like Jen, you're in the spot. Like, without like saying too much of Jen's information, Jen has a pool. She has a playground, She has dogs. She has unlimited games. Like she has all that. So really, her babysitter wouldn't have to leave her what I call the good compound. They don't have to really leave. Versus, some of us regular folks. You gotta leave to get some good stuff. But yeah, so I think for you, $10 is acceptable because, like I said, all they really have to do is go out the door, and they got all this stuff that they can still do. Versus, oh, we gotta get the gas. I gotta get gas and take to the park. No, you don't. Just walk down the stairs. Yeah, well, yeah, that's the other part, Pam. That's the other part of it. Is like you can get a good one, well, not a good one, but you can get someone who you're like, okay, the kids love her or him. The kids love them and they have fun and all is good in the world. But then all of a sudden Tuesday comes around and you can't find them. And then they're MIA. And then, like, in 3 days, they call back and was like, I was just seeing, like, do you still want me to come over? Yes. Where have you been? And you get to that awkward spot of, like, am I acting like a jealous boyfriend? But where were you? What were you doing? Or you get to that awkward spot of, like, did my kids wear you out? Like, was it that bad? Like, do I need to discipline them? But yeah, no, on my timeline, I've seen a lot of that. And I'm going to use pressed powder in terms of people still having to go to work, but their kids are home from school, but they're too young to really stay by themselves. And they're afraid of getting like someone new every day. Or I hire someone and all of a sudden, like 24 hours in advance, they call and they're like, I can't come in. And it's like, whoa, no. Like, you need to tell me today you're not coming on Wednesday. I'm just pointing out your babysitting. But yeah, no, shoot, I wouldn't mind babysitting for you because, like I said, I could just like literally take 2 steps. I'm like, you guys, we're going to the park. 2 steps down the stairs. You know what? I'm bored, guys. We're going to the bowl. Turn to the right. Oh. But yeah, no, I mean, that's going to be another situation for people is like, how do you decide? Like, that would be the hardest part is how do you decide what you're doing in terms of the babysitting, getting someone to come over, going to work. Yeah, no. As I'm saying, this work from home has been a blessing. We're going to use 12 for contour. We're doing kind of a simple face. I have to go to therapy. And then did everyone get their... I heard, and I think this is part of the mass hysteria, which people, I don't know, I think some people do it consciously. And I think some people do it subconsciously. I heard they're talking about like taking a 2-week ban on like businesses too, like shutting down everything, which I think will be not good. So I'm like, do we stock up on groceries? I know that will be so hard for me because what I decide on Monday I want to eat for the week, like on Wednesday, I'm like, why did I decide that? I don't even like that. Or it sounded so good on Monday. But today, no. Like, that's going to be the hard part for me. During winter break, I had to call in 2 hours. Oh! How do you do that? How do you do that? Oh, you know what? I just don't feel like coming in today. Let me call Pamela and tell her. No. No, ma'am. You had to tell, like, you should have told me between, like, 24 hours would have been, is still annoying, but at least let me know. 24 hours would be, like, still in the annoying bracket, but it's like I can understand. 2 hours? No. No, I'll see you soon. No. What would you do if, like, you called work and said, listen, I can't come in today. I'm sick. I can't come in. you know, and then they said no. What would you do? What? Like, I think that's why the babysitting industry gets like the rep it gets, because where can you do that? If you call in work and you say, look, I'm sick. I got some brow on my face. I see it. You know, and it's because, I mean, I don't want to say anyone can do it, but anyone can start to do it. Like, you can think, oh, I can take care of a kid. I can take care of myself. They start to do it, and then the problem boils on to, it's a job. It is a job. It is a job. It is a job. And, you know, people do what they want to do, and then the next day they're like, oh, no, I can't do it today. Oh, no. And then, just like Pamela said, you're sitting there like, what? This is setting powder, very important. You can use translucent. I'm just using this one until it's gone. What happened is this one is a colored setting powder. It's the shade dark, but we discontinued selling them. I don't know if they just weren't popular. They have SPF in them. We discontinued selling them, but I'm still using mine. I just like that it has a brush connected. Yeah, ooh, times 4. Yeah, no. Yeah, couldn't do it. Could not. So as you pop on, make sure you say hello. I thank you. I hope everything where you are at is going great. This is Supple Blusher. I hope you're not affected. I mean, everyone's going to be affected by the virus, indirectly or directly. I just firmly believe that. Oh, look at that. I love that. See, if you're a fan of blush, or if you're really not, this is a way to get some color without, like, over. I love that. It looks like my face. Like, it's not too much, but it gives that perfect, like, I like it. We're going to use iridescent blusher, or sorry, highlighter. But, you know, we're all going to be indirectly, like, we might not know someone who's affected by it. We might not, we might not know, you know, anyone with the sickness. But now think about this. Again, between people closing down, some of these people who aren't going to be able to pay rent, that's going to be the next thing that, again, I'm a little nervous about. But I think things have amazing ways of working out, and it'll work out. I firmly believe that. But let's go on to happier things. With quarantine day number 1, what are you doing? I called my friend because I had that Golden Girls puzzle. And puzzles like really stimulate the brain functioning. And we completed that. It took some hours. This is lash primer. This is going to make sure your lashes like go ba-bam, and it's going to make your mascara just glide. But so I got the Golden Girl puzzle out. We started doing that. We finished it, and I was going to go out. I have therapy today for my leg that is still numb and my sciatic nerve. We won't get into that. But so we got to go do that. I got to do that. And so I was like, oh, I can pick up a couple more puzzles to like have fun and like get that brain function. And then I thought about it, like, I'm paying all this money for puzzles to put them together and what, take them apart and then nothing. So I called my friend who I know, her and her husband and the kids like doing puzzles too, and was like, hey, do you have a couple of whole puzzles we can borrow and put together and get back? So I got to stop by her house and get them. Because I know she spent some money on them, so I know they're good puzzles. I just hope she has all the pieces. So we're going with the Epic mascara today. Epic has no fibers, 0 fibers. It's just colored. So like I'm using black, there's brown, there's waterproof, and then there's black. And in my subscription, if you're like, I do not do concealer, that's going to be a waste of money, so I'm not going to get the concealer, you can choose to do a mascara, which I love. Or like some of my girls, our concealers last forever. So some of my girls said, you know, my concealer's still good. What am I going to do? I'm like, you can change it out. And then set it up for 30 to 90 days. That's very important. I keep telling all my people, please pay attention to that feature. You can set it up for 30 to 90 day renewal. For overall, I suggest 60 days. The reason being is we're about to hit summertime. We're about to hit summertime. You're about to get darker, about to get skinnier, and you're going to need a different shade of your foundation. So, and you want to get it right before summer hits. You don't want to wait until you're already dark and you're sitting there looking and you're like, ooh, I look like ghost. This doesn't look right. Don't wait. Get it right before it hits. So then you can kind of transition and mix your now shade with your summer shade. Hello, smartness. So that's what I'm doing. So I set it up for 2 months. In May, they will send me a message and I'll say, hey girl, your subscription is here. Is there any changes you would like to make? Because you are probably a different person now. And I will say, yes, there are some things I would like to change. Because, again, I got my regular color, so I'm going to change it. I'm excited. I'm excited to say the least. Boom, look at that. Now look, I got my lid. It's okay. We're not professionals. We're self-taught. I went to the school of YouTube. Boom. All you got to do is wait till it dries. Close your eye. Take your brush. Wipe it off. Like, I like you, like, sit there and I'm like, really? Did I really do that? It's okay. Oh, I got 5 minutes. So now I'm going to use a upper lip stain. I love these things. They last forever. Going on a date, use a lip stain. You don't have to worry about it moving. Dance recital, lip stain. Thank you for the love. Make sure you friend and follow me. I try to do a tutorial every day. Some days I make it, some days I don't. So look, notice I did not wipe my lips together. Reason being, when you do that, you actually mix, oh, and then I do it. You're actually taking half from the bottom lip and putting it on the top. But if you do like I did where you don't blot it in, you get a full coat on both lips. But yeah, so I do a tutorial every day if you need some tips or tricks. If you are interested in doing what I'm doing, become an influencer, message me. Cool products, 20% off your products, like that's the way to go. And you don't even have to do videos if you don't want to. I just like it. This is my girl time. There we go. So all you have to do is wait for it to dry. You're good to go. I want to thank you, everyone, for sharing, for liking, for loving, for getting my name out there. It truly means the world to me. Everything is available at www.queenj9.com. If you want to do this with me, message me. I'll send you a little video on things to do. Thank you. We are in 14 different countries. So don't worry if we're in a different country. I got you. I got some girls from the UK too. So it's all good. Please be safe out here, you guys. #LashQueenLife.